Welcome back to my backyard snack yard. We're out here in this little corner of my garden having a look at a very exciting trio of trees. I have been keeping a very greedy eye on these ones because I can't wait for them to fruit. I planted them 2 years ago now, back in 2022. And the first year we got one flower on this tree here. And this year we had 2 flowers on 2 separate trees, which is ideal because they really need cross-pollination. They're self-sterile for the most part. I think you can sometimes get fruits in some of them, also depending on whether or not they're grafted, but these ones are not. They are grown from seed. I bought them when they were actually quite large, so they were like maybe up to here. They're supposed to be quite slow growers initially. I've heard people say that the first year they sleep, the second year they creep, and the third year they leap. So they were definitely easily a year old when I got them, because they were quite like up to here. So maybe half the size they are now. And they've been growing steadily. We had a really cold summer, so they didn't really seem to like that. But the fact that they were flowering on 2 separate trees is really encouraging because that's how we can eventually get some fruit. They can hopefully cross-pollinate. Hopefully next year there'll be flowers on each of these 3 trees. Look at these, they're so attracted to slugs and snails. These little baby snails come up all over. So surprising because the leaves and most of the fruit, even the peel of the fruit, is very toxic. And so I had heard that they weren't attractive to little pests, but snails seem to really love them. You can also see some of the leaves have really been eaten. They're about to drop now, which is why I thought we'd do my update now. They're looking so gorgeous and golden already, some of them. But they're growing very well here. I decided to grow them so close together because I was doing the 3 trees in one hole kind of method, which is a really good way to get lots of trees in your garden if you have a really, really small garden. So essentially you're supposed to get more fruit from 3 trees than you would from one single one, but less than you would if you planted the trees individually. So the fact that they need pollination partners means I can plant them this way and they'll be able to cross-pollinate and produce lots of fruit, hopefully, and just sort of act like one big tree. So we'll see how they do, but I've been very happy with them. They're super cold hardy. They're these really tropical looking fruits. I think they look a bit like mangoes, their shape, and they're sort of like unripe mangoes because they stay quite green and turn a bit yellow. And the insides is like custardy and gorgeous, and there's all kinds of different flavor profiles depending on which one you get. But as I said, these ones are not named cultivars, they're just ones that were grown from seed, and so we can't be sure they're going to be perfect, because usually if you get the ones that have been developed, then you get really good sort of, you know, fruit to seed ratio, all that kind of thing, whereas with little ones grown from seed, you just don't know what you're going to get. So hopefully there'll be at least one of these that taste really good. So it's very, very exciting. And I'm really hoping for lots and lots of flowers next year. But they're going to go to sleep now. And what I'm going to do now is actually cover them with a big bunch of quite well broken down compost. Because I recently emptied out one of my compost bins. And so we've got lots of compost going there. And we can just get it down here, give them a good feed. Because my soil is quite clay and quite heavy, and so it does dry out quite easily in the summer, even though we have so much rain. And so I do have to make sure, these guys are really thirsty, so to make sure I keep them watered, and just improving that soil and enriching it will really help for the future. So I'm going to do that, and there's no need to protect them or worry about them in the winter. They're so hardy, which is a real benefit. Oh, I wonder if I can show you this. My robin is back. He's such a little cutie. He always shows up out in the garden. So, thank you so much for watching. This is a really quick little catch up on my lovely autumnal pawpaws, Asimina Triloba. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.